Bonjour mes amis, bienvenue. Hey guys, welcome back to the French series of the Language Tutor. I'm so glad you're here with me on this lesson. Hey, have you clicked subscribe and the notification bell yet? If you haven't, please do that. We don't want you to miss anything here on the Language Tutor and get those notifications when new lessons come out and great info comes out. We want you to be in the loop. So please click subscribe and the notification bell. And hey, if you haven't checked out the Language Tutor French podcast, look that up on your favorite platform and practice with me on the go. I'd love to have you there with me. All right. Well, let's jump into this lesson. We're going to be covering prepositions in this lesson. And you know, a lot of times I like to tell people in my videos, I like to say, boy, we're really going to be filling in the gaps today in this lesson. But today we really are going to be filling in the gaps because we're learning prepositions. And prepositions are words that connect words and ideas and concepts. Prepositions are so important because we use them all the time in any language. So here we go. I hope you have your cahier with you, your notebook, or un crayon or stylo with you, and let's get ready to write. Nous allons écrire. I'm going to go in alphabetical order with these. Let's start out with this one, a. Notice that little accent on the A. This can mean at, it can mean to, and it can also mean in certain situations, okay? And anytime I give you something here on these videos, you know, look up examples of them. If you need more clarification, look up good examples of those. They're all over the internet, and you can see all the uses of these prepositions, okay? Up next is this one, à côté de, à côté de. This means next to or beside, all right? Up next is après de, après de. This means after, okay? Now, the next one is au sujet de, au sujet de. This means about or on the subject of, and you know, we have a lot of different uses of about, but that's really what this one is kind of saying on the subject of it. We're talking about something. All right, up next is avant, which means before, and avec, which means with, avec. Up next is one we've used before, chez. We did a whole lesson on chez several lessons back. This one means at the home of or at the office of. And remember, we talked about this one has a lot of different uses. So hopefully you've been Googling those different uses. All right, now let's go to this one, contre. Contre means against. It's like our English word contra, which, you know, implies against, like contradiction, it's going against something. All right, so that one's pretty easy to remember. Up next is dans, which means in, dans. And now let's go to d'après. This means according to, d'après. Now, here's a word I'm sure you've seen already. This word is de, and that means from. It can mean of, or it can mean about. Either one of those. Just like Spanish, de can mean from, of, or about. Same thing in French for the most part, okay? Up next is depuis, which means since. Okay, and now here's a word you've probably heard it get used in English a lot. Derrière. And this means in back of or behind. All right, derrière. And up next is devant. That means in front of. All right, devant. Now, durant. This one means during or while. Okay, durant. Up next is the word that word is used a whole lot in French. It is en. That can mean in, it can mean on, and in some cases it can mean to. All right, so this is one you might want to look up examples of en. All right, up next, this is en dehors de. En dehors de. This means outside or outside of. Okay, en dehors de. That one's a little challenging because you have to say that de, that E sound is kind of an dehors de. All right, and up next is en face de. En face de. And that means facing something or across from. En face de. And now let's go to this one. Entre. Entre means between. Entre. Up next is envers. Envers, and this means toward. Toward. Now, environ. Environ. This means approximately. Environ. All right, now, this is kind of like one we did a minute ago. Hors de. Hors de. This means outside of also, like the previous one we did, dehors. This is hors de. And now, jusque. Jusque means until, it means up to, and in some cases it can mean even, okay? Loin de means far from. Loin de. And now, malgré means despite. Malgré. Up next is a very common word, par. Par. This means by or through. Par. All right. Now, parmi. Parmi. This one means among. Parmi. Up next is pendant. Pendant, which means during. Pendant. Okay, now we're going to go to a very common word, pour. Pour. That means for. Pour. And now, près de. Près de. This means near, close to something. Près de. All right, have just about 5 or 6 more, or something like that. We're almost done. The next one is contre à. Contre à. This means as for. It can also mean regarding. Okay? Contre à. And now, sans. Sans means without. Sans. Up next is selon. Selon, which means according to. Selon. Sous means under. Sous. And now, suivant. Suivant means according to. Suivant. And I got 2 more for you. Sur means on. Sur. On. Okay, and the last one I'm going to give you in this list is this one. It is vers. Vers means toward. Vers. All right. Well, mes amis, I think I've given you a really good list to get started with prepositions in French. Get these down, start bringing them into your conversation, then start adding to it, right? Adding more vocabulary as much as you can. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with me on this episode of the Language Tutor French. Join me on the podcast and we'll practice these words together while you're on the go, okay? But in the meantime, I wish for you, all your family and friends, paix et bénédiction, peace and blessings. And I'll see you soon on the next episode of the Language Tutor French. Au revoir.
Friends, thanks for watching the Language Tutor. If you have a question for me, feel free to leave it in the comment section below the video. And please click subscribe and the notification bell so that you'll never miss any of our language lessons.